Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 3. And today I'm going to be giving you part 18 of What If Naruto Had the Deadliest Bloodline. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Had the most powerful Sharingan on this channel. And enjoy that guys. And over on Anime King, I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto was an alien hybrid. And I also post a brand new episode of What If Naruto was trained by Shao Kahn. So go ahead and check out that and enjoy guys. And remember, if you're new and you're enjoying this video, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. Yes, family guys, I indeed have 3 channels, Anime King, Anime King 2, and Anime King 3. Which I post what if on every single day for you guys to enjoy. So sit back, relax, place your foot up, grab your popcorn and enjoy. And let's begin this new episode. So, the last part we left off. It doesn't matter how many people might say that Naruto was evil and went dark, Sakura would never believe it. She knew that he had done a lot of terrible things, everyone has. But, he didn't want to kill her. He actually didn't want to kill her. He stopped, he hesitated. If he wanted to, she would have been there already. He could have snapped her neck because she was completely open. And yet he hesitated. He wanted Guy or Kakashi, wanted them to stop him. And for that she would try. Try until she got him back. And she would bring him back no matter what. Meanwhile, Karen Uzumaki was currently making her way. Rumors have been going around that Orochimaru was dead. As they have been spreading. That Orochimaru the Sannin was gone. As people wonder what the hell was going on. Was he really dead or what? As it were rumors that Naruto and Sasuke would want to do it. Karen felt an unsettling feeling as she told all of the guards in here to kill whatever was outside to buy her time to get the hell out of here, as she knew exactly who was coming. As this is one man in the world that she feared 100 times worse than Orochimaru. Karen was a chakra sensor and she could sense people in an extent and their chakra and his. It was so dark it put Orochimaru chakra to shame as she was afraid. As she wanted to get the hell out of there, but before she could, she was stopped. She couldn't stop her body from trembling as she met up with Naruto and Sasuke. As they stood there face to face, she was trembling so bad. Sasuke managed to calm her down, but when Naruto was near, as he told her that he just wanted their help, but if she refused, he would kill her. As Sasuke glanced towards Naruto, his friend was getting from bad to worse. As he had to hurry up and kill Itachi and get this over with, he needed help. He needed help immediately. As Karen was forcefully taken, as she couldn't really go against them, but she warned Sasuke that whatever that thing is, he was your friend once, but he was no longer your friend. As that confused Sasuke what she meant by that, but she was too afraid to even elaborate on that, as she was trembling in fear. As Sasuke watched Naruto, who was not acting like himself for the longest time now. So with that they move. At Konoha, Sakura was delighted to hear that Orochimaru was dead. As Tsunade realized what was going to happen, as Sakura told her that Naruto was helping Sasuke on his revenge trip of killing his brother. So they had to find Itachi. If they find Itachi, they find Naruto and Sasuke. So Tsunade gathered a team. With Jiraiya's information, they were sent out. Jiraiya going along with them as well, as Tsunade told them to bring them back at any means necessary. So with that, the group headed off to bring back Naruto and Sasuke back to the village. As Sakura was going as well, as she will be a part of this. She will get them back no matter what. Meanwhile with Nagato, as he sent out Itachi and Kisame to go and retrieve the 9 tails. Nagito didn't know what it was, but he had a bad feeling. As for Naruto, as Karen sensed them coming, he told her to move. After, he spoke to her. He gave her a sample of his blood as he told her to go back to Konoha with Sasuke. She was confused, why was Sasuke going to Konoha? But he did not elaborate on that, as he told her to speak to the Hokage alone, and tell her to find a way to destroy his blood. She was confused, as that was the only way that could kill him. He wanted to die, as she could sense his pain and his anger and regret, and how much he was suffering. She never focused on that before, but now she could sense it, and it was a lot. He was suffering so much on the inside. As she was surprised at that, he told her to go, as she went off to hide. Itachi and Kisame then finally arrive, as Kisame started with his usual talks until Naruto attacked him, leaving the two brothers alone as they start to fight. Chaos then ensued as Kisame attacked Naruto with everything that he got. But Naruto regeneration was so powerful that he was able to take everything like it was nothing. But something was happening to Naruto that he didn't know. Something he couldn't control, as he didn't know what was going on with him. As Naruto fought Kisame, he ended up breaking the water prison with a surge of electricity that electrocuted the both of them. As he seemed to relish in the pain, he then went on and demolished Kisame, tearing him to pieces. As Naruto was moving his way back towards Sasuke, he felt it. This surge of strangeness once again, as his body felt strange. His mind felt he didn't know. Something was happening to him and he didn't know what the hell was going on. So yeah guys, so it's basically as we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. So what is to begin this new episode? The world itself was red. The trees, the broken ground, the heavens. Everything was so red. Rain poured from the heavens. As Naruto held out his hand as the rain dropped in his hand, it was like diluted blood. It was runny and red. He wiped his eyes several times, but no matter what he did, his vision would not change. Something was happening to him as he dropped down to his knees. He wasn't in pain, he just felt off. His whole body felt strange. There was no pain, no suffering, he just felt wrong. Like something was happening that he couldn't control. As he also felt tired, he slowly went through hand sign. Summoning jutsu, he said. Poof! A massive bat appeared. Naruto-sama, the bat said, its tone sounding quite feminine. Shiro-chan, said Naruto. As the bat leaned down, are you okay? Its eyes were closed, but that did not mean that it was blind. As it looked down towards Naruto. What is the problem? I don't know, said Naruto. As he took several shallow breaths. I need you to bring me to where Sasuke is. He's over there, said Naruto. As him and Kisame had traveled quite a distance away from the two brothers. As you wish, the bat lowered itself as Naruto got on his back. It picked itself up as it started to flap its wings, as it moved through the raindrops. As the rain was coming down hard, even more harder the closer it got. Once they were a safe distance, the bat placed Naruto down. Is there anything else? Do you need my assistance? Oh, I'm fine, said Naruto. Thanks for the lift. Thank you. It's my pleasure. Whenever you need anything, just call. As Naruto nodded, as the bat moved away, he had gotten close to his summoning contract. Creatures, seeing that he spent a lot of time there learning the art of Sage for the bats. Sage energy, which was quite powerful. He was just sad that once this was all over, they wouldn't have another summoner. They rarely choose people, and he wasn't sure that there would be anyone else like him. As he started to walk, once again feeling so tired, his energy just seemed to be sapping away. As Naruto started to walk once again, as he arrived to the scene, he saw Itachi. Itachi was slowly walking towards a weakened and beaten Sasuke. Tap. Itachi tapped him on the forehead before his head hit the wall as he dropped dead. As Naruto could still hear what was going on, as he heard Itachi's heart stop beating, he forcefully pulled himself over. Sasuke, he shouted. Sasuke's eyes focused on him for the briefest of seconds before they started to close. As Naruto moved and caught him before his head hit the ground, As he placed Sasuke down, the rain started to pour down on them. It was then a swirling vortex opened up out of nowhere. As Naruto narrowed his eyes, he pulled himself up using the wall. As someone emerged, a man with an orange mask. As I expected. The man then focused on Naruto. It's nice to meet you face to face, Naruto Uzumaki. And who the hell are you? Said Naruto as he noticed the man's cloak. Let me guess. You're here to capture me as well. As the man looked around at all the destruction. Where's Kisame? He asked. I killed their little fish friend. Sorry about that, said Naruto. Well, it seems you have gotten more powerful than we thought. I can't allow you to keep on getting more powerful. You're already a hindrance to my plan. That is why I will take you right here and now. As Naruto's eyes switched instantly. I would like to see you try, he said. I'll also be taking the Uchiha as well. Naruto extended his hand as hundreds of blood bullets shot from his palm. But the masked man walked right through them. He basically just phased right through them, like they were nothing. Chains erupted from Naruto as the masked man phased right through them, like nothing. As Naruto got up to his feet, as he watched and studied the masked man. As Naruto heard his movements, so he was indeed there, he was not a ghost. As he watched the man's mobility and the way he moved, he then vanished. As Naruto ducked as the hand emerged from the swirling vortex, as Naruto's hearing was quite advanced, and he heard the thing open up, and not to mention the movement of air when his hand shot forward. Naruto grabbed Sasuke and leaped away, as he landed calmly. The masked man emerged. You're only delaying the inevitable. I will have the both of you, and there's nothing that you can do to stop it. As Naruto was not at 100%, and for the reason he did not know why. But he needed to get his head in the game. As his claws extended as he stabbed him in his arm. As blood poured down, the masked man raised an eyebrow curiously. As Naruto felt the pain, he was indeed here. He was alive, he felt pain. And to allow this man to take Sasuke and take him as well, that was something he was not gonna do. As he slapped himself a few times. He didn't know why he felt so weak, but he will not let it bring him down. As he felt his power surging inside of him, he then moved. The masked man was caught off guard as Naruto vanished. He looked around as he didn't see Naruto anywhere. As he decided to retrieve Sasuke as he was moving towards him. As his technique was not activated at the moment, but his guard was up. BAM! It was so fast and shocking that it caught him off guard. A fist cracked in his face. The mask cracked and broke, the lower half of it falling off, as he was sent sailing as he crashed through the wall. The masked man picked himself up as Naruto came crashing down. But he faced right through Naruto as Naruto's fist obliterated the earth. Rocks and debris shot everywhere. As Naruto picked himself up, his eyes bleeding red as his dojutsu was activated. There was a wicked grin on his face. Cowards. That is named for people that hide their face. Nothing but cowards. And you think I will allow you to take me and Sasuke? The masked man was a distance away as he held on to his jaw as he spat blood. As he wondered where the hell did he came from, he disappeared. As he glanced up towards the raindrops, as his Sharingan caught sight of something, something was BAM! A fist slammed into his stomach. As he leaned over and coughed blood. As a knee crashed into his chest, causing his breath to hitch for a moment before Naruto backhanded him through the wall once again. The masked man instantly activated his Kamui as a wave of electricity decimated the area where he was. Red lightning just ripped and torn apart the ground. Sasuke was safely being kept away by one of Naruto's clones. As Naruto materialized once again, his hands dropped to his side. His body was still feeling off for some reason, but He wasn't about to lose this guy who hid his face. The masked man appeared as he seemed pissed off. "How are you doing this?" he said as he looked around. As Naruto smiled, "Or I shall reveal my techniques to my opponent." "You must be stupid," said Naruto. "Now, it's time that you die." As the masked man felt Naruto's chakra surge, as blood started to pour from Naruto like a river, but it did not touch the ground, it instead hardened around his body. As it went down towards his arm, his fingers, as it formed a sort of gauntlet around his hand, as it started to spin like a gig, like a drill per se. As on the top of it, the blood was whipping around to form a ball, as Naruto aimed towards him. "I haven't created a name for this one yet," said Naruto, "so bear with me." As Naruto pointed forward, chakra mixed with blood create a weapon of mass destruction. Same like Naruto Heavenly Dragon that he had used to decimate the One Tails. The beam shot forward as it was fired. The masked man saw it coming as he instantly used his Kamui to get the hell out of there. The landscape was changed, and it will forever remain so, as Naruto attack decimated. It obliterated the area, completely wiping a large portion of it away. Once it was done, there was a gaping trench that spanned for miles. As all the blood flew back into Naruto, he refused to drop down to one knee despite how tired he was. His clone landed beside him as the masked man had moved off, confused how Naruto was hitting him. As Naruto looked up towards the heavens, the rain drops. After all, he wouldn't just reveal some of his secrets like that. That man might have been able to make himself intangible, but once you were fast enough, you could get by that. And Naruto with his technique was fast enough. As Naruto turned his sights towards the unconscious Sasuke as he felt the others, the masked man must have sensed him as well, as he was no longer here. "Naruto!" a voice shouted out. As Naruto turned to see Sakura, standing behind her was Jiraiya. Kakashi was there as well, Guy and Neji. As all of them stood there, as the clone handed Sasuke over to him, as the clone burst into blood and returned back to his body, as Naruto set Sasuke down next to a pile of rock. "Sorry," said Naruto. "But it seems like we'll have to go our separate ways now," he said. Sakura rushed over, ignoring Kakashi calling out to her. As she rushed straight over to Naruto, she stopped a few feet away as Jiraiya and the others came over, but they did not interfere. "It's over," said Sakura, as she glanced towards where Itachi Uchiha body lay. Sasuke got his revenge. It's time to come back home. As Neji activated his Byakugan, as he looked around, as he saw there was a corpse a distance away that was ripped apart in the worstest manner ever, as he focused back on Naruto. As Kakashi moved forward and picked up Sasuke, as he held him over his shoulder as Naruto had moved away, like he wanted him to rescue Sasuke. But it seems like everything was over. If everything was okay, they could go back home now, right? At least Kakashi was hopeful that was what was going on. But when was things ever that easy? As Naruto stepped forward, Jiraiya decided not to intervene yet. He might be Naruto's godfather, but Sakura was close to him than most people, as she was there for him. She was his best friend. But perhaps more than that, Sakura marched forward towards him, the others. Even Guy was dead serious as he focused. Last time that happened, he almost killed her, but she believed that she could save him. As Sakura stood there, she stopped inches away from his face. He did not look away, he looked directly at her. As she saw his eyes, it made her remember the younger Naruto. It was always there, smiling. He would always laugh at her jokes. She herself didn't know when it happened, but she realized that she cared for him more than Sasuke, romantically. Sasuke was one of her good friends as well, but Her feelings for Naruto had grown, in a way that she couldn't explain. She never knew it back then, but she loved him. As she looked him in the eyes, unblinking, 2 times now she said, "You cut me off." And I never got to say what I have to say. As she smiled at him, "I love you." As Naruto did not respond, as she moved forward, she did not care as she moved and grabbed his hand. As she leaned in and kissed him, she kissed him right on the lips. She poured her heart and her soul into this kiss, trying to show him how much she actually cared for him. And he did not back away. Instead, she felt his lips moving just a bit, like he actually wanted to give in to the kiss. As she felt his lips moving even more until something happened and he backed away. "I can't." "Why not?" "It's done," she said, as she still held on to his hand. "It's over. You did not harm any Konoha shinobis. In fact, you just got rid of some of Konoha enemies. You got rid of Orochimaru. And now Itachi is dead. Sasuke got his revenge. You left him there. Why did you do that?" she said, her voice breaking up a bit, as she was fearing the worst. "You know why?" "No, I'm not gonna let you leave again," she told him. "Please, stay. If you can't for anything else, stay for me," she said. "Please, Naruto." At first, it was weird. I knew that we were good friends, but Snady kept on talking to me about how we acted around each other. I don't know if you feel the same way, but she believed that you do. Tell me, once, or even now, do you ever felt anything for me? Do you feel the same way as I do for you? As Naruto reached up and placed a hand on her cheek, as she actually leaned into the touch, Guy and the others stood there watching. Perhaps this might work. Soccer. At first, I didn't know what it was. Friendship, yes. But I realized I felt different. Regarding you and Sasuke, both of you were my best friends. But you were different. I too realized what it was. "Seems I do love you," said Naruto. That brought tears in her eyes. "Then if that is the case, come back. Come back home. And let's start this thing out. We can start a life together. When 2 people love each other, that is what they do, right? Be there for each other. And we both love each other, so don't leave me. Don't leave me again." "You don't know how much it hurts me to hear you say that," said Naruto. "So then come back. People miss you. I miss you. Snady miss you. Kakashi miss you. Your godfather, Jiraiya. Yes, we talk. He told me. He never got much time to spend with you. It wasn't a lot. Just come back. I'm begging you," she asked. As Naruto stepped forward towards her, that is when images assaulted his mind as he saw her on the ground. As he saw 2 puncture marks in her neck, he then saw her body headless. He saw her torn to pieces. As he felt that sensation once again, that feeling like he was changing into something more dangerous. As he released a breath, he looked down towards the ground. As he looked back up with a smile, she thought that it worked, but his smile disappeared into a grim frown. When you love something, you can't bear yourself to hurt it. And that is why. I don't know what I would do to myself if I ever caused you any hurt in any way. That is something I cannot live past. That is something I cannot take. And if I come back with you right now, as Naruto looked down towards his hands, I just can't. I have to. She gripped his hand once again tighter with her other hand. "I won't let you go," she told him. As her eyes stared into his, he smiled at her, trying to force him to stay here, but he knew that he could not. It was then that Neji saw blood on the ground, It was coming from him. Sakura! The blood formed into a clone, who sped through hand sign. As Jiraiya and the others moved, summoning jutsu. Poof! As the clone poofed away. A massive gust as all of them were blown back. As Sakura looked up in the air as she was on the ground. As Naruto stood on a giant bat. Naruto, she called out. Come back, she screamed. But the bat flew away. She didn't bother getting up. As she was on her knees, she slammed her fist into the ground as it cracked the earth. Damn it, she said. Damn it, as she slammed her fist once again. As Jiraiya looked up as the kid was long gone. As he had nothing in his arsenal that could fly. No one could chase after him as he was gone in the wind. As he watched his godson flew away once again, he glanced back towards Uchiha. Perhaps he could give them a way on how to find Naruto. As he could see that his godson was not lost. There was just something keeping him, something holding him back. Jiraiya moved forward as he placed a hand on the girl's shoulder. You're right. Sakura looked up. He's still in there. After all the things that happened over the past couple of years, I saw it. He's still in there. There's something holding him back. I will not rest until we bring him back. Can I count on you to help me? I know it's hard, but you don't have to worry about me, she said. It might be hard and difficult, but I won't give up on him. He's lost. Whenever I was sad, whenever things were not going good for me, he was always there as my best friend, doing the stupidest thing to cheer me up, even making himself look dumb for my sake. I'm not gonna give up on him, she said. Jiraiya smiled at that. Neji snapped his head around. Hello? As everyone turned to see a red-headed woman. Who are you? Said Kakashi. My name is Karen Uzumaki. And you need to take me back to Konoha, she said. As the group raised an eyebrow looking at her. Time skip. As Naruto sat on top of a mountain top. As he just sat there. He's been here for a long while now. Hours. Unmoving. As he just looked up to the heavens. His last friend that he had to send him back home. Sasuke was better there than with him. As Naruto looked down towards his hand. He didn't know where this bloodline came from. Or where Natsu even get it because Natsu was not sure either. Just like the Mokidan that the first guy had, it was a mutation. But this mutation happened twice. With him and Natsu. As Naruto felt lost. His heart was aching. He had long since known that he loved Sakura from the moment he had knocked her out. But maybe in another lifetime they could be together, but not this one. He has done too much. He was bad for her, and he would eventually hurt her. So he would keep his distance. She needed to forget about him. She needed to move on in their life. That was the only way. As Naruto looked up to the heavens, the rain started to fall once again. As he released a sigh, at least it felt cool on his skin. It drenched his clothes, but he did not care. Time skip. A new mask was created by the masked man. As he snapped it onto his face, perfect fit. He didn't know what it was. It angered him. It was just like his former sensei, Hirishin. He moved so fast, but he was unable to see that Uzumaki brat. No one was that fast. He didn't know if he was using a technique or something that could not be raw speed. He was unable to keep track of him, as he didn't know what the hell he did. But he did something to reach him in time. But what? He was not sure. But he would find out. Whenever he was going to go up against him once again, he would have to keep his Kamui activated at all times. Otherwise, he might caught him off guard. Something that he cannot allow to happen once again. That brat was fast, sneaky, and he was also smart and unpredictable. He had to make sure he had his head in the game next time they fought, or he might lose. He would have to send Nagato after him. He was too powerful, more powerful than he thought. Nagato should be able to handle him though. As strong as he might be, he will fall in front of the Rinnegan. Even if he did not, he would just do him a favor if he ended up killing Nagato. Because then the Rinnegan would be his. And he would just continue the goal that he had set for Nagato. It doesn't matter what the brat did, he had precautions on precautions. As the masked man made his way, Zetsu, "Where's Natsu?" he said. He left. He what? He left a moment ago, saying that there was something he had to do. And what is that? I don't know. As the masked man frowned, the abilities that Natsu possess, they are the same as Naruto Uzumaki. Well, that will mean this is bad then. After all, so far, there is no weakness that we know that Natsu possesses. And those eyes of his are quite powerful. That means Naruto must be quite powerful as well. I don't believe that he had reached that level yet, said the masked man. But he's powerful, yes. And he's stronger than I thought. So what now? I'll let Nagato handle him. Meanwhile, as Natsu stood where the battle between Itachi and Kisame and Naruto and Sasuke happened, as he placed a hand on the ground, as his eyes roamed the area, he had his mask on, his face locked away to the world once again. He sniffed the area as a sensation assaulted his nose. Natsu was confused. This feeling, as he dropped to one knee, feeling tired all of a sudden. What was this? An overwhelming presence that confused him. It felt like Naruto's power, but it was changing. Natsu was confused because this never happened to him. And it was so potent. Something was happening to the kid. Something Natsu did not understand. As he sniffed once again, as he looked up to the heavens, it was about time they had a little chat. Meanwhile, at Konoha, Tsunade was in her office alone, as not even the Onbus were in there. So he's hurting, said Tsunade. Yes, said Karen as she sat in front of the woman. He's in a lot of pain. I thought at first it was just darkness and wicked and power, but he released that. It's like there is two minds set fighting each other. One of them is so dark and twisted that you would be afraid to even go close to it. The other one is full of regrets, pain, suffering, mental abuse, agony. And he's tired of it all. That is why, as she applied the blood to the table. Let me guess, that's his blood, huh? Yes. He wanted to find a way to destroy it. I figured things would come to this. Are you gonna do it? Tsunade sighed as she got up from her seat. I made the brat a promise. Sakura will not like this, but I can't tell her until it's over. She will try getting away. This stay between you and us, okay? Karen nodded. As much as he scares me, he's suffering a lot. If this is the only way to put him out of his misery, then you have to do it. Tsunade chuckled a bit as she remembered that annoying brat. I made him a promise that if I couldn't heal him, if I couldn't fix this bloodline of his, that requires so much of his sanity, so much of his mind, by turning him into a cold-blooded killer while giving him immense power, I will end his life. And if he gave this to me, that means it is becoming too much. Say, do you happen to know how Orochimaru kept him under control? I'm sorry, but I don't. Tsunade sighed. Perhaps the Uchiha know. Do you think there might be a way to save him? Maybe. But I highly doubt the possibility. Karen nodded. Tsunade looked towards her Now what to do with you? The information that you have will be a great asset to Konoha. How would you feel about handing that information over? Well, as long as you give me a place to stay. I wouldn't mind telling you everything I know. After all, it's not like I can go back to where I came from. Snappy nodded. I'll take care of that, you don't have to worry about that. Hey, how's Sasuke doing? He's stable. I've put his body into a comatose state, so that he can recover. But he's fine. He should be up and running soon enough. Meanwhile, Naruto was still on that cliff, as he had not moved. It was then, someone arrived. Took you long enough, said Naruto. What was keeping you? Well, I heard about your little escapade across the elemental nation. What you did to Orochimaru and all that. I figured that it was time I come hunting for you. Is that so? Said Naruto, as he was still lying down. Natsu was sitting down beside him, as the man was just casually sitting there after appearing in a burst of speed and taking a seat. So, seems like things have gone from bad to worse, huh? Said Natsu. Yes, I have nothing left, said Naruto. Well, that makes you strong, doesn't it? How do you figure? Well, when a man has nothing left to give, he's ruthless. He's heartless. Because there's nothing no one can use against him to hurt him. So he will do whatever it takes to crush his opponents. I was counting on you being this empty when you face me, so that we can fight to the end. Tell me, said Naruto. Do you believe I can kill you? I doubt it, said Natsu. Well, I've tried. I can't even kill myself. But I don't know if you can kill me though. Maybe, maybe not. Well, perhaps, after all. We do possess the same bloodline, perhaps. The key to my demise is my own blood. Huh. Well, I can't use my own blood against me. Perhaps yours will do. You tried before, haven't you? Said Naruto. Of course, I'm a monster. I don't know why we were given this bloodline. I mean, yes, it grants us amazing agility, speed, reflex, strength, so much strength, and power that only someone could dream of. All natures, our blood mixing with our power made them so much more stronger. And the more we grow, the stronger we becomes. Our muscle get infused by our blood, strengthening them. Said Natsu as he picked up a nearby boulder. It was not that large, but large enough for him to crush it right in his palm with his two hands like it was nothing. The longer we live for, the stronger we get. I've been around for a long time now, kid. You might have gotten stronger, but I assure you, you still can't beat me. That's so, said Naruto, as he still rested there calmly. Orochimaru ran some experiments on me. I had offered my body to him as science. Knowing how powerful I'd become in such a short amount of time, I realized that you must be far above me, seeing that you've been around for a long time now. Considering that you're Uzumaki, and they fallen a long time ago. So he did some things to make me a lot stronger. To make me grow twice as strong. His experiments changed me, and I became more powerful. Still don't know if I can kill you though. But I am changing. Yes, I picked up on that. What is that, Natsu asked. I'm not sure myself, said Naruto as they talked, like they were two old friends. Seems my body is changing somehow. For the good or for the worse, I don't know. But suppose I'll find out soon enough. Not if I kill you and put you to your misery, said Natsu. How are you gonna do that, said Naruto. We're unkillable. At first, we could die. But the more time go on, the more our blood stops our body from dying. I can feel it. It's like my blood is slowly filling off my organs and bones, keeping them stable and firm. never to age, never to die. It's like our body is a perfect cube to hold everything inside and kept them stored away for eternity. So you believe we're truly immortal, said Natsu. Yes, that is what Orochimaru believed, after he ran a few tests. I don't think that we can die by age. Once we've grown to our mature body type, I think we'll stop growing. Well, given the state that we have, well, you to be exact, that would be hell on earth. And what do you mean, said Naruto? Well, think about it. I don't have a problem with killing people. You, on the other hand, you have this thing that we call emotions. Not a bad thing, but I could slaughter a family without blinking an eye when my instinct take over. But you, on the other hand, you will feel remorse when you're done. Yeah, I suppose that is what separates me from you. Separate me from becoming a true monster. Yes, it does, said Natsu. But soon enough you're gonna have to give that up. Because if you don't, you will lose yourself. And what do you mean, said Naruto? Remember, kid, you and I was once the same. I saw the good in people, justice for people. That was until I met this woman. You know, never really told anyone this. After years of unable to cure myself, to find a way to fix myself, I met this woman. She was the love of my life. At first I wanted nothing to do with her because I was afraid I might hurt her. But a part of my mind told me that I would never do something like that. And she was too precious to me for me to hurt her. So I agreed with that part of my mind. And I decided to pursue her. Turns out she liked me as well. I met her in Kumo. Kumo is well known for taking on Mesa ninjas and add to their ranks. And because of my strength, the Raikage believes that I will be a good addition to his forces. We start dating. At first I was trying to find a way to use Kumo resources to help myself. To try if I can fix myself in some way. But I soon realized that it was just a waste of time. Because this sickness that we have, I barely call it a bloodline anymore, cannot be cured. So after I, started to go out with her, I realized that I had control. Well, it was my mind telling me that. Well, I thought I did. Until I lost myself one night. She fought. Trust me, she fought. I remember seeing it and hearing it, but I just couldn't stop it. I couldn't stop myself when I ripped her throat open. When I tore her limb from limb. When I feasted upon her blood as I watched her die. When I finally came to my senses, she was in my arms bleeding out. It was then that I realized I was a monster. And there was no saving me. So I decided to give in to my bloodlust. And you can see now I am what I am. That is the only way that I keep myself sane, kid. I realize what I am. Unlike you that has this conscience that keep on telling you that what you're doing is wrong. I don't really give a damn. That is what makes us so different between each other. You cannot exactly have a conscience when you have this curse. So I discarded mine a long time ago. I have done things that will make you barf, kid. Things that you would never dream of doing. I am a real monster. But I'll let you off easy. I told you this before, but you refuse to believe me. But I'll let you off easy. I'll kill you and just get it over with. Because we both know that you prefer death right now than anything else. And what about you, said Naruto. As Natsu glanced towards him. I feel touched at your word about me. But don't worry. There's something I'm looking forward to. But before that, the fox in your stomach. I may have jumped the gun back in the past when I tried to kill you at the wave. But right now I'm gonna need that fox. Is that so? Said Naruto. As Naruto smiled, not having Sasuke here. Not having him to talk to. He was my closest friend. But you're here. So what, we're friends now? Oh, far from it, said Naruto. While we're talking, I imagine me killing you 1,000 times over. Oh, is that so? Yeah. Ripping out your throat. Making you eat your own eyes. Tearing out your chest cavity. Killing you with your own ribs. I've imagined it over 1,000 times now. But you see, said Naruto as he picked himself up, the thing is, I'm patient. I might be a bloodlusted monster, but I can be really patient. As Natsu picked himself up. Yeah, you can be. Well, I can be as well. Well, we've talked. We've understand each other now. Why don't we get on to the killing? As Naruto laughed a bit. You are the last person on my list to kill. Once I'm done with you, I can finally end this and get it over with. I'm afraid I can't allow you to kill me. I have to return back to the world. What do you mean by that? Said Naruto. Don't worry about that. Let's just begin this, shall we? As a rod appeared in Natsu's hand as he drive it right towards Naruto's head, only for Naruto to block it with his own rod that he created. As the two of them scraped against each other, they raised their fists and crashed it together as a small sonic boom came out, showing the strength behind their fists despite them moving sluggish. As the both of them dressed back, they threw the rods as they connected as they broke apart, the blood returning back to the both of them. As Naruto cracked his neck, Natsu doing the same. Natsu reached up. I'll give you the honor of removing this. As a click on the mask went off. As he placed the mask in a seal on his arm. As Naruto looked at the man, he remembered seeing his face back in the Chunin exam. It wasn't anything special. As Naruto removed the coat that he was wearing, as he was left in his black, tight bodysuit, the shirt going down, as the shirt seemed to be attached to the pants underneath. It was a black combat suit. His coat make it seem like a two-piece, like a shirt and a pants, but it was a one tight black suit underneath. As his eyes activated, as he looked towards Natsu, Natsu's eyes sprang to life as well. The ground started to crack as stone. Small debris started to fly up in the air as they released their power on top of the mountain. The mountain was so high up in the air, as they were close to the border of Komo, that they passed the clouds, considering that they could see the clouds below them. Thunder, boom, as lightning crackled, as both men stood there unfazed. The place started to tremble as they released their power. Kurama then spoke to Naruto. Well, kid, this is it. The fight that you have been waiting for. Yeah, said Naruto. I'm gonna need your help here. It's time I end this once and for all. I kind of need you to live to free me. So of course I'll help you, said Kurama. Now let's tear him limb from limb. As Kurama said that, 3 tails of chakra exploded behind Naruto as a cloak came around him. As Natsu smirked, as he saw black markings spread across Naruto's body as Naruto was going all in. As his hair started to spike up in all different directions, the mark on his neck started to spread. As it started to cover him completely, the black line spreading across his face and his arms, going straight into his fingernails that extended. As Naruto released a growl, steam seemed to come from his mouth as he did. As he then moved, his fist connected with Natsu's arm that was crossing at its motion. A large part of the mountain broke off as Natsu started to fall. Natsu stabbed both of his hands into it as he ripped it apart and chucked it at Naruto. As Naruto twisted and buried his leg into it, obliterating it into small pieces. As Natsu watched him as he was falling, as Naruto jumped down, as he landed on the piece of broken debris. They were so high up they didn't have to worry about landing for a while. As the both of them looked at each other before they moved, the piece of debris exploded as their fists connected violently. As Natsu reached and grabbed Naruto by the shoulder and flicked him over him, as he tossed Naruto as he followed up with a kick, but Naruto grabbed his leg and snapped his ankle. Natsu brought on his other leg and slammed it across Naruto's face. As blood leaked from his nose, Natsu snapped his ankle back into position. As the blood returned back to Naruto, as he held up his hand, red electricity started to cackle on his hand. As he aimed it forward, a monstrous dragon made from red lightning shot towards Natsu. As the thing swallowed him and exploded. When the smoke cleared as they were still falling from mid-air, Natsu emerged. His skin was burned badly, but it was regenerating so fast. As he slammed right into the blonde by shoulder tackling him as he broke through the mountain, crashing inside, they landed in a chasm. As they landed, Naruto flashed to a couple hand signs. As he released a surge of wind, it propelled everything away as a monstrous gust obliterate the entire mountain because Naruto expelled the amount of wind and went out as the mountain started to expand before boom, causing light to flutter in. As Natsu dodged several debris that passed him before, a fist slammed into his gut. As he looked down, the hand twists as it did not stop as it burst into his stomach, causing blood to pour out. As Naruto gripped him by the face before, Naruto smashed his skull clean through a massive boulder. As Naruto drop-kicked his head down, Natsu broke through several boulders and way down before he slammed into the ground. As Naruto stood in mid-air by using wind as he held up both of his hands. As the fox look around him started to gather at his palms to create two miniature Rasengans, but these Rasengans were dark red with a hint of purple in them. As Naruto slammed both balls together as he created a miniature ball in the center that started to revolve. As red lightning was added to it, Natsu looked up towards a monstrosity of power as Naruto dropped it. Boom! Over in Kumo, the village was shook as pieces of debris fell off the mountain tops. The right hand got out of his chair. "What the hell is that?" he said. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want to see next parts and do, like, subscribe, comment down below and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember, share to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, go ahead and check out What If Naruto had the most powerful Sharingan over an anime, well, this channel. And enjoy that guys. And over Anime King, I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto was an alien hybrid, so go ahead and check out that and enjoy. And yeah guys, and stay tuned for the rest of what's coming your way. Well, I hope you enjoy each and every one of them, but for now, I'm out of here. See you guys soon. Peace.